Happy Sunday, everyone. What's good? What's good? What's good? Hope everyone is having a blessed Sunday. Still got some football games going on. North Carolina Central and Alabama State is putting on a good showing. At first, North Carolina Central was up 21-0, but Alabama State scored a touchdown on kick return, and they scored another touchdown with Andrew Body. So y'all make sure y'all check out those games. But again, hope everyone's having a blessed day. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. Appreciate all y'all who take your time to listen. Please like and subscribe and share. JB, what's going on, my brother?
Same old, man. I'm blessed for another day, man. I'm ready to start the show.
All right, all right. Um, I believe Coach may be at church,
Right.
or busy, but that brother can hop on at any time. But um, salute, Anthony Bolton. Thank you, man. Salute,
Salute,
brother.
AB.
But I know I said this last week, but football is back, man. I know we had some week 0 games going on last week, but football is officially back. A lot of teams played their week 1 games.
Yep, it's official week one. Last week was week zero, like me and you like to call it. So
Yes.
it's been some good games. My Tar Heels barely got the win versus the Minnesota. Our quarterback went down for the season, so Connor Harrell gonna have to like Coach Mack said, he gonna have to come on. He gonna have to do his thing, man.
Yeah, he's
But
gonna have to. He's gonna have to, man. But let's talk about what I'm showing here in the graphic, man. The main game. A lot of people thought it was gonna be more competitive, but we knew better, man. Georgia smokes on that Clemson pack, and I'm glad. I'm not gonna lie. Shout out to brother Joe Chown for sending me this pic. I had to put this up. So Dabo Swinney. Here's what beef I got with Dabo Swinney. He was
mhm,
the basically the most vocal coach to basically go against NIL deals.
right.
Well, my thing is maybe if you were made more welcoming to the NIL deals, you would have had better talent to compete with Georgia yesterday. Cause y'all got your ass whooped.
That's not even the definition. They got their ass stomped. And and the thing is that I don't think Georgia even that good this year, to be honest with you.
Really? Okay.
Um I think from the previous year, I think that don't get me wrong, I think they're gonna be a very good football team. But I think that just shows how much Clemson fell off.
Mm,
Um I seen it last year when my Tar Heels played against them, and it was a winnable game, by the way. And previous years we wasn't on Clemson level, so, but yeah, man, I'm this game just showed you how Dabo put his foot in his mouth.
yeah, he
You
did, and
know,
yeah, he sure did. And matter of fact, those who don't know the score was 34-3. 34-3. Georgia beat Clemson. What up, Coach? No, that's not Coach. That's Big Joe. My bad. What up, Joe?
I guess all black folks look alike. What's up, family? What's going
No,
on?
y'all. I had to look at the icons. My bad.
Okay. Can you hear me? My neighbor's doing yard work. Can you guys hear me good?
No, we can hear you, man.
Yeah,
Okay,
you
okay,
good.
all right.
Big Joe, man, the legendary Big Joe, man. Well, I've been wanting you to come on the panel because I know you're gonna cook on that Georgia Clemson game. What's your thoughts?
Oh man, it was definitely a good game for sure. We It's been going on for some time now, but we are seeing the destruction. We are seeing that Rome has fallen when it comes to Clemson. Clemson at one point was a powerhouse program. You know what I mean? They had what Taj Boyd, you had Deshaun Watson. You know, you recently just had Trevor Lawrence who was just there. I went to the Clemson versus Alabama game when it was in the Bay Area championship game. I went to that game. You know,
Right.
so Clemson used to be a powerhouse program. But before I get to that, it was a phenomenal game. Georgia did what they're supposed to do. You can easily see who has the better talent, who has the better athletes, and hell, who was even coached better.
Mm,
So Georgia look like they're gonna be around for a while when it comes to dominance. They're always gonna be in the top three category. You know what I mean? It even looks like it's their championship to lose. So they have
mm,
so much talent. They have so much depth. I mean, it's just and according to another coach, they actually use the transfer portal and they use the NIL money. So you know,
mm.
Georgia's not a big transfer portal team, but they'll go and get somebody if they need to. So Georgia did what they do for them to beat Clemson like that just shows you how much Clemson needs to do to get back to where it was. And with the mindset of the coach, I don't think that's going to happen. But overall, it was a great game, phenomenal game. Clemson definitely got dog walked by Georgia. Georgia showed them that there's levels to this. You cool at where you at, but you ain't never gonna be up here with us. So go ahead and chill over there and keep doing what you're doing. But
Facts.
Phenom- phenomenal game. I know a lot of people were praising Frazier, a running back for Georgia. A lot of folks were saying he might be the next this and next that. I know the head coach after the game wasn't too quick to give him any praise. So he has a phenomenal talent. But with football is you update your resume every year. He looked good against Clemson, but they have a dominant online and dominant team. So just like when Alabama and them when they had dominant O lines, and you had guys like Najee Harris, and you had guys like Mark
Trent
Ingram,
Richardson.
Trent Richardson. He had them guys back there. They look like rock stars, and then they get to the NFL, it's a little different.
Glenn
So
Coffee.
yeah, Glenn Coffin. Who's the running back? He was with the Raiders. He just left. He got like 6 kids. Forgot his name.
Josh Jacobs, I believe.
Josh Jacobs. There you go. So but anyways, he looked good. Shout out to Frazier. Shout out to the Georgia Bulldogs. But yeah, when it comes to Clemson, all this boils down to Dabo Sweeney.
Yeah.
Dabo Sweeney could not stop putting his foot in his mouth. But when you a fool, you're gonna be born a fool and you're gonna die a fool. So Dabo Sweeney can't stop talking. Dabo Sweeney can't stop saying stuff that he's not gonna do. I remember when he said if the NILs come through, he's gonna quit. I'm not coaching no more. And obviously, we see he's still there. He's saying he don't believe in the transfer portal. We gonna do homegrown talent. Okay, that's cool. But everybody else ain't doing homegrown talent. Everybody else using transfer portal. Even the team that stomped you out the other day, they're using the transfer portal. So I know they have an NIL fund to where their incentive is, the longer you stay at Clemson, the more you get rewarded. That's cool, but these new kids now ain't got time for that. That's why Nick Saban left because he got tired of kids asking them, "How much are you gonna pay me to come here?" Instead of, "Oh, I see you got 5 rings. I'm coming to Alabama." So
Yeah, them days are dead.
um,
Yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah. Them days are of um sitting on somebody's couch, tapping their leg, and telling them, "I'm gonna make you a good wholesome man," and whatnot. Yeah, all them days is gone now. So you want to update and revise your recruiting techniques, and Dabo Sweeney refuses to do that, which is why you see Clemson is dying before our very eyes. They were ranked 15th and 16th. I don't think they're gonna be at the top 25 before probably week. So
I
unless
agree.
unless Dabo Sweeney decides to change, which I highly doubt he will, because guys like that they don't change. He will get fired. I know he got leeway. I know they love him over there. He won some national championships within the past like 5, 6 years. But all them boosters was putting money into the program, putting money into the NIL fund. They don't get tired of losing. They don't get tired of wasting money. They don't get tired of seeing Colorado get recruits. Get tired of Alabama get recruits. Get tired of Georgia still doing. He gonna get the boosters gonna get tired of that, and Dabo gonna say, "Oh, I believe in Clemson. We're gonna." No, that ain't gonna that little speech ain't gonna work no more. So
Damn,
well,
damn, after he
we're seeing
wins,
it
yeah.
when in the words of Doctor Strange, we're in the end games right now when it comes to Clemson.
Facts, man. And
Well,
before JB, you go into it. Salute everybody in the chat. J Bar, he said salute family. Anthony Bolton said uh Georgia went full 420 on Clemson. Good for Dabo, and he was hating on Kaepernick too. Yeah, yeah, he was. And Jay the Six, what up, brother? He said Clemson run been over. That game put a exclamation on it. Yes, it did. Yes, sir. Yes, it did. Um, Jay the Six said the last decent wide receiver transferred to Notre Dame, Bo Collins. Oh, I forgot they lost him. Okay, their only weapon is their tight end. The other decent talent is on the defensive side. Yeah. And my brother, Big Reg, host of the Big Boy Talk. Y'all salute. Y'all support this brother, man. Awesome content, man. Awesome content. Him and Jay the Six. Y'all salute, support this brother. Um, can't read all of it, y'all. My bad, because want to go forth with the show. Uh, JB, what was you saying?
I said I co-sign everything Big Joe was talking about. Dabo don't want to come off that money. He want to relive in the old days where you can just recruit people and go to people's houses and, like he said, you know tap the players on the knee and say, "Hey man, we're gonna do some big things for you," and have that smile with that gold tooth and think everything gonna be all right. No, you gonna have to come on off some of that money, that paper. Now, these kids ain't going for it. So before they put on that jersey, they want to know how much you paying. Period.
Facts, man. Facts, man. But yeah, man. Yeah, you guys are so right that he needs something because it seemed you can see the difference, man. Like the Georgia using their NIL advantages and basically they moving with the times versus Clemson because you saw the better team was out there. So absolutely, fellas. Um, but before I move on, anything else y'all want to say about this topic?
Nope.
Shit, I remember one point Clemson used to be D-line U. They had guys like Daquan Bowers there and stuff like that. And now, you know, why would you want to go to Clemson?
Mm,
I mean, yeah, they got, every university, oh, these are the guys who are in the NFL. They always post them all in all their buildings and whatnot. But, when the words of Eddie Murphy, in the comedy skit, what have you done for me lately? Right now, we got a Clemson team to, no disrespect, is turning into, kind of like a Vanderbilt, Georgia Tech-ish kind of program,
Carolina,
kind,
North Carolina.
kind of fading back, you know what I mean? Oh, yeah, I'm sorry to hear that your quarterback broke his leg, but, it's turned to one of them programs, to where it's becoming an afterthought. We live in a times to where now you got to stay in front of people's faces, and then let's say with Dabo saying all this crazy stuff, recruits see that stuff.
Yep.
Recruits see it. Recruits be like, okay, he don't want to pay players. Why would I go there? Especially if you have a kid who lives in. Now, if you live in South Carolina, if you live there, you may grow up want to go to Clemson. But what about the kid who lives in Texas, kid who lives in Florida, or the kid who lives in in Arizona or California? What's going to make him want to go to Clemson? You know,
Well,
so
let, let, let me explain something to you, Jason. We've been doing good because of Mac Brown. Now we've been beating people. Our schedule, the front load, has been weak schedule. But when we get to conference play, we've been losing the people that we ain't
Should
supposed to
be.
lose to.
Yeah.
So like last year, we lost to Georgia Tech. Last year, when we was ranked, and then they wasn't. That's why we was telling everybody when we had it in the group chat that Georgia Tech wasn't going to be no easy win because their offense was one of the highest scoring offense in the ACC and in the nation. But their QB and
Running
running
back.
back combination. Then we lost to Virginia. Virginia was like two and something. So North Carolina has always been the strong. Like they always go like 6-0, and then lose their last 4 or 5 games at the end of the season. So um, and that's been like 2 years in a row. So now we don't have like Drake May, or we don't have Sam Howell at quarterback. It's going to be interesting to see. And then our quarterback just got hurt, so we have a sophomore who's a scrambler. He's not the best thrower, but he is going to open up the option game for us. It's going to be interesting to see, and that's what. And then speaking of the devil, that's what we saw a lot in Clemson yesterday, where the defense was solid, but the offense couldn't move the ball.
yeah,
So
yeah. Offense has no creativity at all. Nothing, none whatsoever.
They
They,
should
they
have got
better
some of
start
them.
doing better start doing some trick plays or something.
Something.
Some double reverses, some pitch and throw, something.
Something. Yeah.
for
Because
real.
they was that offense was at a stalemate against that Georgia defense. Yeah, you're right, man. And shout out to Brandon Bazell, aka 86 Ghost, man. Salute, brother. He said, "Puff puff give." Explain to me what that means. I missed it, Brandon. Uh,
Oh, Puff give. He was talking about the pitcher. Smoking on that Clemson pack out here.
oh,
You dig
okay,
what I'm
yeah, that
saying?
went over
Yeah,
my head.
yeah,
Duh,
yeah.
yeah,
We smoking
yes,
on that
sir,
Clemson pack out
yes,
here. You
sir,
know what I mean? Claws and paws. We smoking that claws and paws pack. You feel me?
yes, sir, yes, sir. And I'm glad. I'm glad. Um, Maybe if he would have been supportive of the NIL, he would have had some offensive pieces to help against Georgia, but he didn't.
Omar Hampton, but Jaden Six, Omar Hampton is one of the best running backs in the nation. But now that we don't have a quarterback like Drake May, that box is going to be filled. The teams that we're gonna face, especially in conference play, is gonna pack the box to stop Hampton. So we need our quarterback, Connor or Criswell, who left to go to Arkansas and then came back. We need them to have at least good to average to good quarterback play, man. And then our wide receivers didn't look good um, in that game, man,
No, they didn't.
against Minnesota. So I'm just worried about his workload too, man.
Yeah,
They
man.
need to give Barlow the kid we got from USC, from the University of Southern California. We need to give him Barlow. We need to give him some carries too, so Hampton can be fresh. Like,
Yeah, man. But we ain't gonna saturate the show just talking about North Carolina. Um, let's move on. North Carolina, they got their win. They because usually we don't, like you said, we don't do good against non-conference.
I'll be right back, fellas. Give me like 5 minutes.
No, you good, brother. You good. All right, we're gonna go with a little bit of HBCU. Florida A&M survives again. That's a miss. Survive again. That's what I meant to say. They survive again. Uh, last week they uh they barely they barely got out of there against their last opponent. And the same thing again,
Norfolk
another MEAC,
State. Mm-hmm.
Norfolk State, which is a MEAC, and the same thing, another MEAC opponent, South Carolina State, 18-22. So, JB, what's your opinion? You think they're, because it's MEAC, the reason why the game's so close, and they're gonna run the SWAC, run the table against the SWAC, or because the teams have been playing them so close, they're gonna have a hard time when they go into the harder teams against the SWAC, play against
Well,
harder
you
teams.
and Coach been speaking about this, man, about that. Y'all think that the Florida A&M was going to have some issues against other teams, especially with the MEAC. Um, MEAC always has solid teams, um, especially going against the SWAC. You know, but I think Florida A&M is not going to be the same team they were last year. Um, they have, like I said, they're loaded at running back. Um, they have good quarterback play. Their defense is, you know, it's okay, but you can score against them. So it's going to be interesting when they go into SWAC play. What time was this game? Hello?
That was on mute, and I'm finding that out for you. This game was yesterday. It was around. I want to say around like 5.
Okay, because we were watching that the other game with the Southern. We were watching the Southern versus McNeese State game. So, which we'll get to that game, but it's not surprised to me that they got out of there with barely against South Carolina State.
Yeah, and some people think because it's they played another MEAC team, they're gonna be. That's the reason. The MEAC is a tough conference. Um, Now, I will say this: Alabama State is tough as advertised because they were down against North Carolina Central. They're playing right now, 21-0, and then Alabama State scored on a kick return, and then they got the ball back and scored again with Andrew Body with a running touchdown. So I hear a lot of MEAC players talking shit. I mean, MEAC fans talking shit, but a lot of teams in the SWAC, like again, Alabama State, they ain't nothing to sneeze at. There's no easy
Well,
way at all.
I'm a fan of Andrew Body, so I'm not surprised that he balls.
And let me check FAMU's schedule. Oh yeah, they definitely gonna lose against Miami. They play the University of Miami. They play Troy, but they gonna be battle hardened though. Once they play after they playing the FBS schools, they got Miami next Saturday, and then they got Troy University the following Saturday. Then they gonna go into the SWAC play.
Okay, so mostly going in the conference play, they're going to be 2-2, most likely.
Yeah, most likely. Unless I don't see them beating Miami, of course. Especially that boy Cam Ward. He balling. Uh, but they may surprise Troy. I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think so. Um, but we gonna see. But this was a good game, and in my opinion, this was the best game yesterday. This was the best game yesterday, man. In my opinion.
Yeah, Carolina, South Carolina they always had good running backs. South Carolina State.
Yeah.
They got some good running backs this year. Um, and it was a run the ball, control the clock type of game, play defense. It was a
Yeah.
good game.
Very good game. Hey, Big Joe, you back? I don't think he is. It's all good. But let's move on. Now, I wish Coach was on the panel to talk about this. I know he's gonna talk about it on his channel. Matter of fact, y'all go to Coach 67 Sports TV. Um, show him love. Make sure you subscribe. Um, him talking about his Southern Jaguars, but talking about speaking of the Southern Jaguars, man. Southern pissed me off yesterday because they had this game won. You hear me? And it is just like the title says, Southern lets McNeese State off the hook. That's exactly what they did. Southern Jaguars defense was balling. They didn't let McNeese State throw the ball down the field. They controlled the running game. They shut down their running game. Only time they allowed a big run was uh, by McDowell, the quarterback from McNeese State that was former Southern Jaguar. He was committed, but went to he transferred to Montana, and then he transferred again to McNeese State. So now he's their quarterback, and he broke off like a very long run at the end of the game after the offense made like plenty of blunders and mistakes, and by then the defense was just gassed on being on the field too long. Uh, Noah Biden is no disrespect to the young man, but he needs to straighten it up, man, or he's gonna have a long season, especially going to um, SWAC play. He was very inconsistent. There's some throws he made good, like short throws, especially toward the numbers, but or out, yeah, but it's no consistent quarterback play. And me and Coach were texting. I think he was actually at the game because McNeese State is in Louisiana. He can correct me on that, but I know they left there. I know a lot of Southern Jaguar faithful left that game mad as hell because they had this game. JB, this was theirs to win. They was leading, as you can see. Um, they was leading until the fourth quarter. They let McNeese State pile up 21 points, all in the fourth quarter. All
I was
because,
pissed.
yes, all because of a block punt. No, excuse me,
Um,
a block field goal. You back?
I'm back, family.
All right, all right. I appreciate it. Um, but we just
This
talking about this.
game
This I'm
pissed me off
I'm telling you, man.
because McNeese State ain't shit. No disrespect. They wasn't the better football team.
They wasn't.
Southern Jaguars had the ball in the red zone at least 4 or 5 times they could have scored. The game should have been 21-0. And
Yeah,
as you can see, Big Joe, look at where McNeese State got their 21 points in the fourth quarter.
In the fourth quarter,
Because
yeah.
yes, the Southern Jaguars defense balled. Their offense let them down. There was multiple times. I give this
And special teams let them down as well.
I give this to the fault to not just the players but to the coaches. They got too pretty when they got in the end zone. Like I stated, they had the ball at McNick State territory at least 4 or 5 different times in the game where they could have scored, and they wanted to throw the ball. They forgot about the run game. The blocking was terrible. Um, it was like no effort or what do you call it? No
Sense of urgency.
sense of urgency that when you get the ball in the red zone to score, it's like they were like one they were fight their ass off to get down there, and then they were lackadaisical in the red zone, and then they would call bullshit.
Like that pass toward the end zone that got it intercepted, knowing that
Yeah, like you
Noah, Noah, Noah have been making that throw all game. Why would you get the ball back from a fumble
when you
recovery?
got the defense off balance with the run, why would you stop that? And then sometimes the coaches they kill their momentum by subbing the backs out. Like if the one back is hot, I mean, keep giving them the ball, especially if the defense can't stop them. So that game was very frustrating. McNeese State wasn't didn't really impress me. They didn't really win this game. Southern Jags just lost this game. And like Coach said in the group text that he said that this team looked a lot like the team
From last year.
that he saw last year. So man, so and I
Can't
know
blame
that
Coach.
Noah Barton kid is better than this.
Yeah,
He,
yeah. You can't blame Coach Dooley for this.
nope.
He had Grambling on Grambling staff. But Big Joe, did you get any? Did you get a whiff of this game?
no sir, I missed the game, sir.
Oh, you good, man. But I'm glad you didn't. As far as your foot, it would have irritated your football IQ. I promise it would have.
It seems like most football games are like that nowadays.
Yes, yes. Memphis man said, "I'm just waiting on week 3. Memphis Tigers versus Florida State. Mike Norvell was the Tigers former as well. I'm hyped for that game. Okay, okay. I definitely would keep an eye on that game.
I'm gonna keep an eye on that game because Memphis usually have really good offense.
Yeah, it's just their defense.
Memphis always got horses on offense. It's their defense. And FSU, I I just want to say something before we move on. That quarterback from Florida State, he is not a thrower of the ball. He's a play action thrower. He's not the guy you're gonna drop back
RPO, yeah.
and tell him to throw it into a window. Stop doing that. I seen Oregon State do it and Clemson do it. He got a Cam Newton game. He's 6'5", he's 230 pounds. I seen him run over linebackers. Give him a quarterback option or something like that, so he can get him going downhill along with the running game. and then do a play action to get your pass game going. Stop dropping him back 20, 30 times. He's not going to win you the game like that.
Facts. Yeah, DJ.
Damn.
Yeah, DJ's not a pocket passer. Yeah. Yep. But JB, any any ending thoughts on this game?
Man, hopefully they're gonna get it together. It looks like they were trying to find their identity, so that's why they wasn't really consistent on what they were trying to do. They get down there, like I said, in the red zone with the run, and then like you said, they want to pass it and throw a interception. Um, but hopefully when SWAC when they play SWAC games or get into conference play, you'll see a more consistent football team.
I agree. Well said. Well said. All right. Now we're gonna go into some scores for those who missed some scores and don't know who all played yesterday. So Western Carolina played North Carolina State tough. Um, they was even leading at one point, but North Carolina State crawled away 38-21. Uh, Murray State got destroyed by Missouri 51-0. Luther Burden is the best wide receiver in the nation that Missouri has. Oklahoma put Temple in their place 51-3. Penn State, let me big screen. So Penn State basically managed the whole game against West Virginia. They ain't allow West Virginia to get nothing going. 34-12. Lindenwood got owned by Kansas 48-3. Utah beat the snot out of Southern Utah 49-0. We just talked about the Clemson in Georgia. Those who don't know the score, there it is. 34-3. Illinois got sunned by Iowa 40-0. Tennessee beat the brakes off of Chattanooga 69-3. Colorado State did not have a chance against Texas Longhorns 52-0. Miami. Now, this is the game I want to talk about. And Big John, I'm going to go to you first. Should the Florida Gators program should panic? This was supposed to be a better showing this year, but they got owned by Miami 41-17. What's your thoughts?
Mm-hmm. Oh man, yeah, it just seems like not only Florida but Florida State. You know, what I mean, like they're both struggling when it comes to getting back on the winning track or getting back to knowing what they're known for. You know, I'll put Florida and Florida State in the same boat as Nebraska. You know, they're living off of what they've done in the past, but you know, it's the past now. Now we're in new age football, and they seem to have a hard time getting it going. But I'll stick to the game at hand. Florida should the program should start panicking. You know, when I saw them bring Javon Curse out and Tim Tebow, I said, "Oh, y'all need all the help y'all can get." I was like, "Okay, shout out to Javon Curse. He looked good out there. He looked like he can give you about a good 20 snaps, all off the couch. You dig what I'm saying?" So,
right,
yeah, Florida, they have the talent, but Miami was just better. They have depth. The addition of going to the transfer portal, Dabo, and getting Cam Ward. Was it Cam Ward or Xavier Ward? What was the name again?
Cam Ward.
That's right, Cam Ward from Washington State. Go Wazoo. There was questions on him. Can he adapt to the new environment? Can he be composed in front of 71,000 people? This is not the Pac-12. This is not Wazoo, this is not Oregon State. You're in the SEC now. You're playing an SEC team. This is the big leagues. And he was very composed, and he's in the Heisman race right now. The way he plays is almost like he's like bored being out there. But that's just kind of how he is. But Miami they definitely have a possibility to make it to the playoffs this year, as long as they'll go as far as Cam takes them. But as far as Florida goes, I mean, this is his coach third year. I know a coach by the name of Coach Strong. He didn't get 3 years at Texas, and he was out of
Right.
there. This
Charlie
guy's,
Strong, yeah.
I mean, this guy's third year here, and you losing to Miami. Now, from what I remember and recall, this is almost like a rivalry game. Miami, Florida State. You know what I mean? Florida State, Florida. Them games you want to win. You know what I mean? So, no disrespect to Central Florida or South Florida, but those three schools are primarily their rivalries with each other. Them are the ones who have to fight for recruits. And as we see right now, the days of Tim Tebow, the days of the Pouncy Boys, the day of Chiquillo Spikes, the days of Aaron Hernandez, the days of Cam Newton on you as the second, third string quarterback, them days is gone.
Yeah.
So shout out to Miami. I have a story about Miami. I'll tell you about that later. I can after everybody gives their take on it, but I've always wanted to go to Miami, so it. Shout out to them. I hope they keep on doing what they're doing. They seem like they're on the right track. The offense looks phenomenal. They definitely have variety. They had run, pass. Cam Ward, when the pocket collapsed and the Florida D line didn't stay in their lanes, he was able to get out and keep the drive alive. That's what you're looking for. And it seemed like the team is gravitating around him. From my understanding, Cam Ward wasn't a high prospect. He's like a 1 or 2 star. Nobody gave him a chance. Nobody really knew who he was, and he's literally built himself up to now he's in the Heisman race. So I'm room for Miami. And as far as Florida goes, I ain't got no advice for you, but either you swim or you're gonna drown. And then right now they drowning.
Yeah. J6 said Cam Ward has to learn to change the speed on some of his throws. Other than that, he has tools and definitely the it factor. Yep, you're right. And salute the autism boy. He said, hey, Georgia won 34-3 over Clemson, Jared, bro. Yeah, that was the first topic of the show. Yeah, we know. Thank you for that, though. My brother Brent Fox, salute, man. He said, salute, brothers, listening but still supporting. Yeah, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. Appreciate all of you. All right. JB, what was your thoughts on the Miami and Florida game? Is Florida in trouble? Is that program in trouble?
Yeah, it was an ass whooping, man. I mean, Florida just showed that they did work on the off season, recruiting, transfer portal, making sure the right players is played. They got their quarterback, Cam Ward, and Florida walked out there with some bullshit. So, and we just saw that. That quarterback they got, Mertz, whatever his name is,
Yeah.
I've seen better quarterbacks. They always gonna have some decent running backs. Wide receivers is overrated. But we wouldn't know because the quarterback play ain't all that. But I mean, we'll see. You know what I'm saying? This is maybe, and it's funny because Miami had games like this last year, and then they get in the conference play, and then they look like, hot dog shit. So we'll see. I'm gonna hold my opinion on Miami. I'm gonna wait.
Okay, and I
You
agree.
know, I you know what? I got a question for you, JB. What is
What's up?
Florida now? So I know you said you said once Miami goes to the Miami has done good before they go into the ACC and they struggle. Are we
Right.
saying that Florida is now a lower tier SEC team, brother? In your eyes?
Oh yeah. Oh, for sure. For sure. They lower tier, man. It's I don't know if they got on the hush hush, they got coaches out there trying to do the Dabo rap, but they're not just as vocal as Dabo. I don't know what they're doing. Or maybe they're just not doing the recruiting and the NIL thing situation good. I don't know what's going on in Florida. Usually Florida has good competitive football
Well,
teams.
well, you gotta look at it, man. Everybody got their hand in the state of Florida now, so it's not like the '80s and '90s where Florida, a lot of them Florida boys want to
Want to
go
go
to
to
Florida
Florida.
or Florida State or you Miami. Now you got Georgia. You had over the years you had Georgia, Bama, even some of the Midwest and Western schools going
Colorado coming.
It,
recruiting out of
isn't
Florida.
Travis Hunter from Florida?
He's from Georgia.
Georgia, okay. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Close enough.
Oh yeah, close enough. But yeah, they don't have that talent by themselves anymore.
Nah.
Other schools got they hand in Florida, in the state of Florida now. So the secret's been out, brother. That's what all that is.
Mm-mm. For the viewing listeners, let me give y'all some stats of the game so y'all can know what we're talking about.
Yes, sir.
Um, Cam Ward from the University of the U, as they call it, was 26 of 35, 385 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. The team as a whole had 144 rushing yards. They had, let me see, no fumbles, and they had 2 interceptions. Now let's go to
Mm.
Florida. Mr. Graham Mertz, he was 11 of 20, 91 yards, and 1 interception. But the team did have 139 rushing yards. So that just lets you know right there. You got one quarterback going 385, one going 91. Go ahead, Jerry.
Yeah, I mean that speaks for itself. Them stats. Cam Ward, I knew Cam Ward was going to do his thing in Miami because he was a beast at Washington State. I saw Cam Ward up close when he played Colorado last year, and even though we all
Yeah,
know that,
problem.
yeah, we
Dog
are
fight, yeah.
we already we already knew that
Well,
that Colorado defense was trash, but he's been doing that to better defenses last year. So, and Autism Boy, I think Carson Beck may, if he stays healthy, he'll be in the running for the Heisman. If he stays healthy. What was you about to say, Big Joe?
I wasn't gonna say nothing. I apologize.
No, you good.
That's all the scores you got, Jared? Or
No,
just more?
we're
Or
gonna move on,
what?
and well, of course, Western Kentucky got the brakes beat off him by Alabama,
Of
uh,
course.
63-0. All right, well, so we're gonna move on to the other scores. So we have South. This was actually a close game, closer than it looked. Even though Oklahoma State still looked dominant, but I understand why Dion said what he said. Them North Dakota, South Dakota, them schools can play ball, man. Um, uh, Oklahoma State beat South Dakota State, though, the defending FCS champions, 44-20. Akron got the brakes beat off of them by Ohio State, 52-6. Ohio State is number 2 in the country. UT Martin got the brakes beat off them by Kansas State, 41-6. Furman didn't stand. I don't even know why they played Ole Miss, but I guess to get that money. But they got slaughtered, 76-0.
They got a basketball score put on their head. Golly.
Yeah,
76 point.
yeah.
Jesus Christ. Did they show up?
Uh, yeah, I'm telling you, man. Um, Notre Dame. It was a tough defensive game, but in the second half, Notre Dame started flexing their muscles. They outlasted Texas A&M 23-13.
Yeah, Texas A&M defense is gonna be a problem again though. It's just
Yeah,
their offense,
it's not consistent. They help their
right?
defense out. Yeah. Uh, Oregon crawled out of a tough game, believe it or not, against Idaho, 24-14. And of course, their depth of talent started showing in the second half.
Let me find out Oregon ain't gonna be shit this year.
uh, Fresno State lost to Michigan 30-10. Uh, New Mexico lost to Arizona 61-39. And Jada 6, I hear you. McMillan is one of the best wide receivers in the nation. So I stand corrected on that. So I can't debate you on that. But Luther Burden is that dude though at Mizzou. But like JB was talking about, we squeaked by Minnesota, 1917. So I don't even know if that's good because we don't know what Minnesota type of Minnesota team we played. We don't know how good they're gonna be in their conference. Uh, Grambling got beat by Louisiana Lafayette, 40-10, and Mississippi Valley got beat convincingly against Tennessee State 41-21.
Well, Tennessee State is a good football team.
Shout out,
Eddie
yeah.
George, shout out to Eddie George doing a good job over there, man. Um, I want to say something about Colorado real quick. Um, if you watched the Southern Bowling Show in the past last year, we've been saying that your first game against North Dakota State wasn't going to be what you thought it was,
Right.
and we were right. Um, North Dakota State, and as Jared stated, all the Dakota teams, North and South Dakota teams, they have a system on offense where if you get somebody that could play, that's a good quarterback, and just plug in good running back, and all of them boys gonna eat. They got a well-oiled machine over there in the Dakotas. So I was worried about Colorado scheduling this game, but this was a good test for them to see where they were at mentally against a championship team, which is North Dakota. Um, there, I see some good things and I see some bad things. Um,
And don't hold back. Be
they're
real.
better.
Come on, speak on it, JB. Come on now. I hear all day. Hey, no tap dancing. Let's go now.
Their defensive
Real.
line still getting pushed around. When they get into the top tier conference teams, um, we don't know who they are at right now. I can't look at them. I don't know if USC gonna be good. I don't know if Washington, because you know all the the players in there in the transfer portals and moving around. We'll see. We'll see who's going to be a good team week 5, right? But as far as we know, I don't. The offense, Colorado gonna score. But the defense is still gonna be a problem. Long story short, um, they're biting on play action. I still say you can run the ball on them. Um, DBs are still getting cooked. Um,
I do think their defensive back's a little bit better than last year, believe it or not. Even I think
yeah, but
they were getting
with
gashed in the
them,
middle of the field. They linebackers need to
yes,
do a better coverage because all they
yes.
was getting beat. They was getting beat by rub routes and in the slants across the middle. And then,
I
my God, where's the quarterback spy on that quarterback?
I need Warren Sapp to get those defensive linemen more aggressive. Stay in the gap. If you get double teamed, make a pile, hit the ground. Don't get pushed around. Just because you 300 and something pounds, that's another 300-pound man as well. You know what I'm saying? Uh, I like I said, week 5, we'll see. Because I mean, we have our issues with Coach Prime. Um, that's related to boxing, but that don't matter right now. Season is on. I want the brother to succeed. He's another
Yes,
black coach,
yes, sir.
but I'm still seeing the same stuff. I mean, they're better, but I'm still seeing the same issues I seen last year. Uh,
Facts,
I mean, they
facts.
need to stop the run because when North Dakota wanted to go down there and score, they did. Period.
Hmm.
So I mean, we'll see. We'll see, man.
And JB, before I go, I gotta hear brother Big Joe
Right.
opinion. But they play Nebraska next Saturday. How you think that game gonna go? Be honest, don't.
How good is Nebraska?
Let me see. Nebraska. They beat UTEP 47.
Well, UTEP never really had a really good team. When the last time UTEP was over 500?
When the Jones brothers was there. Alvin and the one that's playing the Pro Bowl running back of Green Bay.
Aaron Jones.
Yeah, that's probably the last time I can think of.
You there, Joe?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, we were waiting on like you ain't really giving an answer.
Oh, I ain't hear anything. It went blank
Oh
for a while.
no,
I thought you were looking
no,
up the
not
stats and stuff. Oh,
not
my bad.
no, not you, Big Joe. I'm talking to JB. You ain't really giving
Oh,
an answer, JB. You ain't gonna
oh,
tip me around that shit.
What?
Who you got, Nebraska
Oh,
and
I
Colorado?
thought you was. Oh, I got Colorado. I don't know. Nebraska got quarterback problem. Um, I gotta look at who didn't. They played UTEP, right? So I gotta go back and look at that game.
Yeah,
But UTEP
okay,
really ain't a good measuring stick though. Because
that's fair.
UTEP always had in the past couple of years has been had below average football teams. So
That's fair. That's
I
fair.
mean,
That's fair.
but I know their defense gonna be decent. It's just their offense.
Okay. All right. All right. Thank you for answering, JB. All right. Big Joe, what did you think about Colorado showing against North Dakota State, and um, do they beat Nebraska next Saturday?
all right. Well, um, I was happy to see it was a full house in Boulder. About 50,000 people showed up. I know that's great for the infrastructure and it's great for the university as a whole. Since Coach Prime been there, the economic value has went up. Everybody's happy and smiling, merchandise flying off the shelf. Hey, shout out to the university. Now regarding the game, you know, much of what we saw last year. You know what I mean? Shador is gonna be Shador. 26 to 34, 445 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. He looked very Heisman like. He looked like, he looked like who he is. You know what I mean? So, and then as long as Shador has Horn and Travis Hunter, he gonna keep having them numbers. You know, um, Jimmy Horn Jr. 7 of 198, 1 touchdown. Travis Hunter 7 of 132, 3 touchdowns, and he had a phenomenal catch, by the way. He had a phenomenal catch on that third down, which showed you the difference between a top 10 pick, top 5 pick compared to some of the lower tier fourth, fifth, sixth round guys. You making a catch like that is how you get money in your pocket. It's how you get that $20 million signing bonus. You feel me? So, but as long as he has those
Facts.
guys, he'll be fine. We all know the biggest issue was the last year was the O line, and the O line did a great job by upgrading the O line through the transfer portal. Um, they got some guys from Alabama and other schools, and they kept Shador pretty clean. Then they maybe like a sack or so the whole game, but Shador was the most sacked guy last year with 52 sacks. When you give Shador some time, he gonna find you. You know what I mean? And Colorado has the athletes to where they can compete with anybody in the national. You know what I mean? In college football. But we see that one of the biggest issues is the defense. The defense was a problem last year, and it's still an issue this year. You got a new defensive coordinator. You got we got one of the best linemen to ever play, Warren Sapp, who is considered a defensive analyst / the D line coach. So we got Sapp coming
Mm-hmm.
in here, and the D line only produced 2 sacks the whole game. I was told they gonna do good against the run. Meanwhile, North Dakota State had 157 rushing yards.
Cam Miller, yeah.
So Cam Miller balled out. The quarterback, he was when if you don't have gap responsibility, and if you don't set the edge, you going any quarterback's gonna do what Cam Miller did, and that's escape the pocket and extend the drive. The DBs was getting cooked on the short routes, on the quick slants and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Again, Cam Miller, he's a veteran quarterback. He understands the system. He's been there for a while. He knows where to go with the ball. He knows what to do. So his prestige and the program's prestige showed up week 1. They weren't afraid of Colorado. Cam Miller and them, they were there to win. When you play against a program like that, I feel like these games are better instead of playing like a UTEP or playing like Rutgers played Howard. These games like this will let you know where you at. So now you can start working on your mistakes and
I
bringing
agree.
those up to speed. You can blow out 75-0, and that looks good. But when you get into the meat of your schedule, them UTEPs and them Howards and them Furmans, they ain't gonna be there. So I
Right.
feel like the sooner you're tested, the more you can start working on what you need to work on. So now what we're gonna see is Coach Prime got an all-star coaching staff. Can you develop these kids?
Hmm.
Can you develop players during the season? That's what any coach. A lot of these programs, they have coaches, but can these coaches develop players during the season? This is the issue you're going to see with Clemson. They cannot keep developing players during the season. So we're going to see. They got the W. It was against a hard-fought team. For anybody saying, they struggled against North Dakota State. North Dakota State can whoop half of the D1 schools' asses. I think
Yes.
North Dakota
I've been
State beats
saying that.
I think North Dakota State beats Rutgers. I
Yes.
think North Dakota State gonna give Florida a tough ass game. Might even beat them.
Yes.
I think North Dakota State might even beat a Florida State.
They can beat
I think
Iowa
a
again.
North Dakota State gonna be Iowa. They might beat a Vanderbilt. Hell, they might beat a Georgia Tech. They're gonna beat a San Jose State. You know what I mean? They're gonna beat maybe a Wisconsin. When you playing a team like that who's 9-time champion and they program speak for itself, like when Appalachian was upsetting teams several years ago,
Mm-hmm. They
playing
upset
schools like
Michigan.
this,
Yeah.
schools like this, they gonna test you. So Colorado's been tested. Let's see now what schemes they can come up with. Let's see if they can develop these players, because I need more than 2 sacks now. I'm gonna need more than 2 sacks. But I know the D line is young, and again, with the transfer portal, everybody's new. Everybody's not used to playing with each other.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody has to learn each other's tendencies and gel, and something as simple as a quarterback looking at a wide receiver and throwing up a sign. That's the biggest difference in you completing the first down or you punting the ball. So things like that take time. Or when a D lineman looks at his DN and he wants him to do a T to E stunt a certain kind of way, and you give him a certain kind of look, stuff like that takes time. So I believe if he has a coaching staff that Deion says he will develop these players over time. But I will not be shocked, if they struggle, because if they cannot run the ball, if you
I
cannot
was
run the
just
ball,
going to say that. Oh my
if
God.
you cannot run the ball against some of when you get into the meat of your schedule, you're not going to win. I don't care how talented your son is. He is a top 5 pick. He is going to be in the Heisman race. But if you cannot run the ball, if you can't get at least 150 yards, 150 yards in college is easy. It seems like, So if you can't get what North Dakota State got 157. So you telling me Colorado can't get 150?
Tell you, JB, haven't
So
I been saying that all last year?
I mean,
Man, look, man, run the ball, Prime. We know you kid. Everybody's saying that he's Heisman. He's the number one. He's one of the top 5 picks in next year's draft. Run the damn ball, man. You going I'm trying to tell you, if it's going to be the same story like last year. When you get in conference play, and everybody's going to key in, if you get pass happy, I'm trying to tell you that your offensive line is better than last year.
yeah.
Congrats.
I
All right.
mean, they throw them. They love throwing them quick slants. Them quick throws. Instead of doing that,
Right.
maybe do some tosses. Maybe do some draws. Maybe you do some screens. Like some H back counters. Something. Because if you don't run the ball, it's gonna show up when it really counts. So I know Coach Prime said something about what is balanced, and we had over 500 yards on offense, so we almost leave good. Okay, that's cool, that's great. But to go to what you were saying, Jared, they play Nebraska at Nebraska, right?
That's gonna have a good
Correct,
defense. They're gonna have a good
right?
Yes,
defense.
yeah,
Yes.
correct. Yeah.
Nebraska's a tough place to play in. I know they're not like the '90s, but they got a pretty good program. They got Patrick Mahomes Jr. over there at quarterback. It's kind of weird. He looked just like Patrick. He got the same number, hairdo, same glasses, same everything.
Jada
He's
Six.
slump,
Jada Six said
huh?
his name. Dylan Raiola. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, or Patrick Mahomes call him Lil Cuz. I'm gonna call him Lil Cuz. So,
All right.
um, you know what I mean. So Lil Cuz can play a little bit. Nebraska tired of losing too. Nebraska, but So it's gonna be a tough game next week. Travis is going Travis, Shador going Shador, but is the defense gonna stop Lil Cuz? Is the D line gonna get some sacks? Or y'all gonna run the ball in Nebraska where they got 90,000 fans? Are you gonna be able to quiet the crowd? It's gonna be a tough game. It's not gonna be an easy win. I know that. Cause Nebraska's tired of losing, Colorado tired of losing. The offense looks a lot better. I'm gonna give Colorado the win, but it ain't gonna be easy. It's gonna be ugly.
Man,
It's gonna be ugly
man,
depending on if you run the ball.
you got to slow down that pass rush or them blitzes.
Yeah.
You got to make the defense think when they send them blitzes and a draw or something.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can't just drop Shador back 40 times without getting the linebackers or the defensive ends and the pass rush something to think about.
And they
Last
got
year
the
they
running
had a
backs
free
too.
range at them.
They got Charlie Offendahl and Hayden from Ohio State. They got the
DJ
running back,
Hayden.
DJ Hayden. They ain't no excuse. Run the ball.
Run the ball, man. He can have 35 attempts. He don't have to have 40, 50 attempts, Prime. Come on, man. Don't get your Sir hurt trying to run up stats, bro.
Yeah, but it all boils down to the offensive line blocking. But even if the offensive line is having a bad day, you gotta
Still,
still run it to give.
you can have the worst offensive line in the nation. You know what I respect about the Cincinnati Bengals, man? The Cincinnati Bengals went to the Super Bowl with a bad offensive line. They had enough sense in some of those games was to run
Still
the
run,
ball with Joe Mixon.
still try to run the ball. Yeah, to let the defense know I'm gonna still try to run the ball. Yeah,
Hell, when the Ravens went to the Super Bowl with who was y'all quarter, what's his name? Hasselbeck? Was it Hasselbeck? Who was it?
Trent
Trent
Dilfer.
Dilfer.
Yeah, Trent Dilfer. In my bad. All black folks look alike, same thing. But I mean, Jamal Lewis was featured on the offense. You know,
We had that year we had Jamal Lewis and Priest home.
hey,
For
So
undrafted free safety.
all we had to do at Trent was don't throw a motherfucking pick, and will win.
hey.
That's
But
true. Huh?
but again, for y'all, I'm gonna bring this home for y'all, the listeners. This is what we trying to see. Ain't nothing wrong with Shador getting 445 and 4 touches. That's good. When North Dakota State almost beat Colorado, they were beating them at halftime. Cam Miller was 18 to 22, 277 yards and 1 touchdown, and the whole team had 157 yards rushing. You know what I mean? Like Shador could easily have 350, and they can still have over 100 some yards and win the game. I mean, we, I, we just don't want to get a habit of Shador feel like he has to do everything to prove a point, or to feel like I know Colorado has a lot of doubters, has a lot of haters. I know Nike just rolled out Shador as the first player to have an NIL deal with Nike. They have the whole billboard in New York by saying, you knew what time it is, and him flashing his watch. I just don't want to get him to get so. I'm gonna show y'all who I really am. I know he feels slighted about him not being in the Heisman race early in the beginning, so I just don't want him to get too much to where they put themselves out of position to win games. Because if you win games, the stats gonna come. So I just don't want him later on to try to force anything just because he feel like he has to keep up with the disrespect that him and his father been getting. So the game against Nebraska, we gonna see. We gonna see.
Yeah, we definitely gonna see. Hey, y'all. Hey, if you're coming in just to be nosy, still hit my like button, y'all. Appreciate you anyway. Um, we gonna move on. And good feedback, fellas. Appreciate the dialogue. We gonna move on to the final topic of the show. And we have not. Y'all thought we forgot. We haven't strayed away from the top football players that you will put on your list. So, just to shorten the show. Um, I just made it short the top five. So, fellas, who would you put on your list of top five middle linebackers? Starting with
Oh man.
starting with Big Joe.
Oh man. FYI for everybody listening, I ain't know about this till now. So don't
My bad.
nobody. No, I'm playing. No, I'm playing.
Pop quiz.
In no order. You gotta throw Sugar in there. Gotta throw Ray Lewis. Of course, you gotta throw Dick Buckets on there. That's two. You gotta throw in the recent Hall of Famer Patrick Willis.
Hmm.
You gotta throw in another GOAT and OG and Mike Singletary. Let's see. Man, I want to say it. Let me see. These are all time, right? Or just
It could be all time or your list is your list.
Lee. All right. 5A. 5A, I got Luke Kuechly. 5B, I got Bobby Wagner.
That's still a good list, man. That's a good list. Okay, okay. JB, who's your top five?
Of course, I got Sugar Ray. I got Mike Singletary. I got Junior Seau. I got
Junior stay out cold.
Patrick Willis, and then Zach Thomas.
Shout out to Zach Thomas.
Shout out Zach Thomas. Okay, okay. Nice, nice list. Okay. Okay. So I got Ray Lewis. I got Dick Buckets. I have Jack Lambert because he could play any position. And even though he's a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, he still I have to give him his props. I got London Fletcher and I got Mike Singletary. Those my five. Because London Fletcher
That-
would have been on some
That's
trash
a
teams. He was hitting
that's a
everything.
yeah. London Fletcher was a dog. He don't get no respect. Shout out to London Fletcher, Mr. Iron Man himself.
Yeah, telling you, man. Telling you, man. But this has been uh this was a good show, man. And I wanted my brother Coach 67 to be on the show talk about the Southern game because I know he was there, but I believe you was at church or something. But it's all good, man. But Big Joe, I'm glad you hopped on, man. Your presence was greatly needed. I appreciate you, man. Um, any lasting things you want to say before we wrap it up?
Um. Oh, I definitely want to say, um, I'm glad that that 49er player is still here with us. If y'all didn't hear, um, a 49er
Ricky
player, he was the
Pearsall. Yeah.
yeah, he was the 49ers first round pick. I think he's 30 or 31. And he was shot yesterday. He was shot yesterday after doing an autograph signing in San Francisco. So the story is he had an autograph signing yesterday and he went for a walk in around downtown San Francisco. If y'all don't know, the Niners don't play in San Francisco no more. They play in the city called Santa Clara. You know, but they're still called San Francisco 49ers, even though they play in Santa Clara. Um, but he was walking through downtown San Francisco, and some kid, one of his Rolex, 17-year-old kid, they struggled for it. The kid pulled out a gun, and the gun went off, and not only it shot him, but it shot the kid as well. So it went through the player's
Oh
chest and
man,
came out of his back. So he survived. He went to the hospital. The kid got some of the ricochet too, so he kind of got shot and he went to the hospital too, but he's okay. He's still in the hospital, so there's no timetable on anything, but I'm just happy that, he's alive, and it's just is everybody just gotta be careful when you're walking around, so you never know what could happen to you. These are tough times out here. People get really desperate. No matter if you abide by the rules, there's somebody who ain't gonna abide by the rules. So I'm just glad that he's okay. And again, if you got money and somebody asks you for a Rolex, what I mean, just go and give it up. You can buy another one. But from my understanding, the kid tried to strong arm him, and he fought him off, and then the kid pulled out a gun, and and went from there. But I'm glad he's okay. Just everybody be careful. Watch your six, and and take care of yourself and make sure you have insurance. Everybody have insurance. So if something like this happen, you can get it taken care of. Don't be walking around here with no $50,000 watch and you ain't got no insurance. Now, don't be doing that. I know some of y'all niggas who
right.
do it too. I know a couple of y'all. Y'all drive Lamborghinis and got Rolexes, but ain't got no insurance card, no dental, no nothing. You gotta go. You got a platinum. Oh, so they don't do platinum no more. You got a VVS diamond grill, but you ain't got no dental, no insurance. Hey man.
Wow, hey, you ain't lying either. It was not lying. Yeah, so y'all definitely be careful out here. Y'all heed the words of the brother Big Joe. And Memphis man Anthony Bo, you ain't shit for this. That Ray was a killer on the field, maybe off the field.
Oh man. We
See,
ain't
they
gonna
be on
let's not
that
forget Ray
bullshit.
was doing a little cooning too now when it came to Colin Kaepernick.
Um,
Hey, he was doing a little
I
cooning too
got.
now. Hey. Just
Uh,
saying.
Fortunately, he was.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
unfortunately.
was.
Well, you can't, you can't take what he did away from on the field, though.
Oh no. Ray Lewis was that dude.
Yes,
He's
yes, Lord. Yes, sir. But JB, any lasting words before we get out of here, man?
Man, I'm just gonna back up what Joe said, man. Yeah, and I think Big Red said it in the chat. Parents watch the kids. Make sure that you're in their life and know what they doing, man. Why is a 17-year-old kid walking the streets robbing NFL football players? You know what I'm saying? And if somebody and me coming from where we come from, man, the right person gonna pop their head. Especially out here in Texas, man. Ain't nobody, man. Somebody else shoot that little mother, man. Y'all watch, look out after your kids, man. Cause ain't nobody got time for that, man. Life be life, and then you got to deal with people young and that you should be, mentoring. They pulling the guns out of you, man. Somebody gonna, pull they shit off, man. Pop they shit off, you know. But y'all, God bless, man. Y'all be safe out here. Get insurance. Do what you need to do. Stop procrastinating. That's for everybody. Myself, even everybody on the panel. Do what you know you need to do. Be blessed, man. And I'll talk to y'all next week.
All right, all right.
hold on now, hold on now, wait a minute, hold on now. I know we ain't hold on now. Hold on, wait a minute. Y'all thought we gonna get off without speaking on this? Hold on now.
Oh,
Uh oh. Uh oh.
Don't y'all hold on. Everybody, ladies and gentlemen, NFL is back next week. Ladies and gentlemen, we got NFL next week. And the first game we got is on Thursday. Ladies and gentlemen, the first
oh,
game we got is Thursday night football. So y'all ain't gotta wait till Sunday. The first game is on Thursday. It's on NBC Peacock. And y'all just might want to know who playing that day. I'm just saying, ladies and gentlemen, we have the home team of the channel. We have the Baltimore Ravens, led by the number one MVP, Louisville's own Lamar Jackson, going against the Super Bowl champions and Patrick Mahomes, and they're gonna be playing in Kansas City on Thursday. So since this is a Raven channel, you know, I know y'all trying to leave on this. No, hold on now. How do y'all see this game going? And since we did predictions earlier, what is y'all predictions on this game? We you know
I'll go
what we
first,
gonna
man.
start we go who JB go ahead JB what you got on this game, brother?
First of all, I'm discouraged after the depth charts came out with the O lineman. Who's starting that O line? So first of all, y'all be praying for Lamar. Um, so the Chris Jones gonna eat. Um, Lamar, I still got my Ravens winning because as long as Lamar Jackson is playing, starting, and healthy, you got a chance of winning. Um, Run the ball with as long as we just run the ball with Derrick Henry, get the defense off balance. Take a couple of shots. Of course, utilize Lamar um, when we need to. I don't know how we just lost our defensive coordinator. So he's now the head coach of the Seattle Seahawks. Um, so I got confidence in Zach Orr. I think he's gonna have them boys ready to play. So I think our defense is going to be. I don't know if we're going to be as good as last year, but I think we're going to be solid. We're at least a top 10 defense, so we should come away with the win. But I know that there's a problem. We have Patrick Mahomes on the other side. He's just as good as Lamar. Um, some people say they both A1. You know. Uh, 1 and 2, or whatever you want to call it. And as long as Kansas City has that man running out and under center, they have a chance of winning as well. So it's going to be a battle. I'm excited, but like I said, with that O line, they wrote out the depth chart of who's starting that O line. I'm not confident that we can block Chris Jones. So Lamar is going to have to do Lamar things, to keep this offense going. So that's my answer, man.
Hold on, JB. Hold on.
Mm.
You said all that. You ain't say a damn thing about Derrick Henry.
I said get Derrick Henry going, man. The King
Okay,
Henry going. Get the
okay,
defense out balanced, and then use
okay.
that as they have Kalofkits, whatever his name is. He's coming off of a 10-sack season, so they're gonna be able to rush the quarterback. So we're gonna show you, Coach Prime, how to keep good offenses, good defenses that can rush the passer off balance.
Okay.
No, so um, he's going to get going. Justice Hill's behind him. I like Justice Hill. He's a good backup. So if we get our running game going, we got a chance to win.
All right. Jared, brother, what is your prediction on this game on Thursday? The first game of the season again is against your Baltimore Ravens going against the Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs. What's your predictions, my brother?
First thing I want to say is salute to Soul Power, aka Gainer Kennels. Salute, he said salute good brothers in chat. Yeah, man, we about to end the chat, but the brother, Big Joe, reminding us, we have a big game that's starting up the NFL season. So, to answer your question, brother, of course I got my Ravens. Uh, Even though our offensive line is we're nervous about it being inconsistent. Uh, Derrick Henry should eat, and then we should open up the passing lanes for Lamar. And defense just needs to hold on. Just hold on, Lamar. Excuse me, Patrick Mahomes is gonna make plays. He's gonna be Patrick Mahomes. So defense just need to hold on and be solid, and offense need to score. If that happens, we will win. And run the damn ball. Run the ball.
Sounds good, my brother. Back to you. Back to you. This is your show, so my apologies. Back to you, brother.
No, you. I don't know why I even didn't speak on that game today. Just on my college stuff today, but you're so right. Um, of course, we're gonna talk about the results of the conclusion of that game next week. Um, Either I'm gonna be praising my Ravens or talking shit about them. Either one. But uh, but y'all, with that, we gonna wrap the show up. Again, thanks all y'all for tuning in. Please like and subscribe. I appreciate all y'all. This was another installment of the Southern Buckeye Show. Y'all have
Anthony
a good game.
Vogt.
Yeah, Andy
Give a
Vogt.
damn. He needs to run the ball, Anthony. He needs to run the ball.
But y'all be blessed, man.